outgoing Minister of Communications, Adebayo Shittu, joins us now from our Abuja studios for more on this. Good evening and thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10.
Good evening, sir.
All right.
It's my pleasure being here in your brand new studio.
Okay, thank you. Would you give yourself a pat on the back for a job well done, even though the Senate Committee on Communication accused you of abandoning some federal projects?
Well, it is, with due respect to the Senate committee members, they accused me of having abandoned jobs or contracts which had not yet been given out. That is simply a misnomer, and it is out of place, and it is, it does not have any basis. That accusation does not have any basis. What I have done is, to ensure, as an ambassador of Mr. President in the Ministry of Communications, I must ensure that corruption is not allowed to fester in anywhere where I superintend. We had a situation on our hand when the Ministerial Tenders Board brought to me contracts they wanted to issue out, and it was at the same time I got petitions from a number of people who had, bidded. And I discovered along the line that a lot of the contracts had been, inflated unnecessarily, and so I had to stop the inflated contracts from being issued.
Okay. I
set up a committee. The committee looked into it. They recommended, for instance, in a situation where there was a bid of a particular project, and we had, say, a bidder bidding for 20 million to do the job. If at the end of the day, the procurement officer, wants to give out that job of 50 million, for instance, or 20 million,
all right,
wants to give it out for 70 million, it will be stupid of me, and it will be a breach of the trust that Mr. President has in me to allow such a contract to be given out on an inflated scale.
Okay, let me come in here now. All right, let me come in here now. Just last year, you said that Nigeria was gradually becoming a center for technology innovations. Would you say that you have performed well in that regard?
Well, I think the question will be best directed at stakeholders, critical stakeholders of the ICT industry. By all ratings, I have done extraordinarily well. And that is the conclusion of all stakeholders in the industry, particularly private sector. Remember that the mandate of the ministry is not to engage in the business of ICT. The mandate of the ministry, of which I, superintend, is to ensure that an enabling environment is provided for stakeholders in the ICT industry. And I believe through regulations, through supervision, through monitoring, I have done very well and that is why even yesterday I got, another award. So far I've gotten more than 20 awards from relevant, organizations in the ICT industry. I can assure you that stakeholders rate me very highly, particularly having regard to my background of a lawyer who was not expected to be able to catch up so quickly and so easily. I am satisfied, and I believe Mr. President, my boss, is also satisfied with my performance in the industry.
Okay, so are you confident that your stewardship is good enough to get you a reappointment in the next administration?
Well, why I'm satisfied that I've done very well, I think the issue of reappointment is the exclusive prerogative of Mr. President. He has the final say. He has the right to choose those who work, for him. So I can say very, very confidently that if I'm not reappointed, it is not because I have not done very well. I have done my best, and I think, by the grace of God, if I have another opportunity, of course, I've learned a lot over the last 3.5 years. Any new person coming into that office will have to start learning, the ropes from the scratch. And I want to believe that Mr. President will be gracious enough to allow me to continue in office so that I can build on the records that I have already established.
Communications Minister Adebayo Shittu, thank you for your time on TVC News at 10, and good luck to you as you hand over on May the 28th.